Greetings comrades and welcome to the new video. Typically we have this sweet bread called cozonac. I have a recipe on the channel for it, by the way, but most of the time during especially holidays some people bring a ton of this bread, like it's a tradition here, and typically you have leftovers from it. And we basically invented a way to use this bread so it won't get spoiled to create some kind of dessert. It very closely resembles brioche bread, so you can use it as a substitute without any worries. The good thing of this dessert is that it is super tasty, and in the same time you need like 5 products to prepare it. You see that I'm using some 0-calorie sweeteners. This is to reduce the calorie count because it's quite calorie heavy, but you can use sugar instead. I'll leave the measurements down below as always. And by the way, it resembles very closely French toast, like really closely, but very soggy French toast. And if you love raisins, you can just sprinkle some raisins in. This is a very quick tip. Let's see how this very easy brioche cake is prepared. I will use 4 eggs and around 150 grams of egg whites to spare some calories. No other reason, you can use 7 eggs. I have some vanilla and some sucralose, which is a sweetener, but you can go with sugar, don't worry. I have some milk and some cozonac, or you can go with brioche bread if you don't have cozonac where you live. I also need some cooking chocolate, which is dark chocolate or just chocolate drops, which will bring very nice flavor. I will also use some erythritol to give volume to our cake without adding any calories, but again, feel free to substitute with sugar. I use such kind of sweeteners because I want to spare a little bit of calories instead of adding a ton of sugar, which will make our cake full of calories. Now let's start with the cake. First we'll need a huge tava or a baking tray or whatever. It just need to be deep to have at least 5 or 6 centimeters of depth, where we will break down our cozonac or brioche bread, whatever you're using. On top of it I will sprinkle some chocolate chips, and in addition I will very finely cut some dark chocolate, which again I will just sprinkle on top. Trust me, this makes the change in this cake. It's just awesome. Make sure to add some chocolate. You can even add some milk chocolate. The next thing we should do is to prepare our custard, which is made of eggs and egg whites, around, as I said, 4 eggs and around 150 milliliters of egg whites. I add around 150 grams of erythritol and some vanilla and some additional sweetener, and I add some salt, and everything I will mix with the whisk. Make sure to mix everything homogeneously, and after that add the milk. We need around 900 milliliters of milk or the whole liter. Once we mix everything, just soak the bread in the mix. Make sure every piece is soaked and covered, and basically this is the hardest part of this cake. It's one of the easiest things to do, and in the same time it's one of the tastiest. We turn our oven on 200 degrees Celsius and put our cake in for around 30 to 35 minutes. After that, enjoy the jiggle heaven. It's just perfect. Leave it to settle for a bit and to cool off before eating. After that we will enjoy it. Meanwhile, see how the chocolate has melted into the bread and into the custard, which is awesome. You can consider this some type of weird French toast, but yeah, again, the French toast doesn't have so much milk and doesn't have chocolate, but again, it's quite close. You can serve it with some confectioner's sugar on top, with some jam, with some sour cream, with whatever you enjoy. I enjoy mine most of the time with some coffee, which is a nice addition. You can also enjoy it with some hot cocoa. And this is how it looks. It's perfectly soft, as you see, and make sure with each bite to have some chocolate, because as I said, it makes the difference. The Slav difficulty level of that is 1 out of 5, which for this difficulty of preparation, I mean, the taste is awesome. So make sure to check it with some brioche or with some cozonac if you can find somewhere where you live. This was all from me for today, comrades. I hope you enjoyed this video, and Slav you next time.